Hey, what's up guys? So in this video I'll be talking about 50 plus tips and tricks that you can do with Samsung Galaxy Watch 8 Classic, and I'll be sharing some of my favorite features later in this video, so make sure that you watch it till the end. And with that, let's get started. The first thing that I want to talk about is the universal gestures on this watch. Now with these gestures you can control every aspect of this watch without even touching the display. So let's see how this works. So first you need to go in settings, then scroll all the way down and go in accessibility. In here, look for interaction and dexterity, go in here, and here you will find universal gestures. Go in here and turn them on. Now here it's telling you that while universal gestures are on, the gestures that you can control from buttons and gesture settings will be temporarily off. So that's fine. Now universal gestures are on. Now let's take a look at how this works. Now if you scroll down, you will see the activation method. So you need to make the fist twice to first activate the gestures. After that, you can go in gestures and take a look at how to control the watch and different features of the watch using these gestures. So with these gestures, you can basically control every aspect of the watch. You can go in the notifications, you can go in the dials, you can go in the app drawer, you can pull down the quick settings panel, and then you can select different apps and different settings. You can pinch to go to the next item, double pinch to go to the previous item. Making a fist acts like a tap, so you'll enter the setting or the app that you're tapping on, and making the fist twice will open the action menu. Making this back and forth gesture will take you back to the previous screen. If you go in the gestures tutorial, you can also practice these gestures and get good at it. You can also turn on how to activate the universal gestures from the activation method. So from here, by default it's set to make fist twice, but you can change it to knock gesture, nod gesture, shake gesture, or auto activate when the screen turns on. You can also change the focus indicator color from green to any of these other colors. On the watch face, if you swipe quickly, you can scroll through several tiles at a time. If you go into the Samsung Health app and then go in workouts, here you will see settings that are based on the exercise type. So if we go in walking, you'll see that as a target, you can set duration, distance, calories. Then there is workout screen that you can manage. So we have data screen 1, data screen 2. You can go in here, change the layout and really customize it. Then you can go in split guide. So in split guide, you can change it from distance to time if you want. In heart rate zones, you can select what kind of heart rate notifications you want based on your heart rate or your heart rate reserve. And then you can also select if you want to be updated automatically or you want custom. Then you can also turn on auto pause, so when you'll stop working out, the activity will pause. If you scroll further down, you'll see some other settings like audio guide. You can turn it on and off. Screen, you can set it to be always on. Auto detect workouts and all that stuff. Now compared to this, if you go in something like jump rope and go in settings, now you'll see different targets. So you have duration, you have calories, but now you also have sets here. So you can go in and customize your sets according to reps, rest, and number of sets that you want. And then you can also check your position before starting. You can also customize your screen as I've already shown you. Heart rate zones, again, you can change it from maximum heart rate to heart rate reserve. In each workout, you'll get contextual settings based on that workout. If you go in settings and then go in connections, you can scroll down and go in NFC and contactless payments, turn it on from here, but also change the default wallet app from Samsung Wallet to Google Wallet. If you go in settings and then go in modes and routines, here you will find theater mode. So if you go in here, you can turn on the theater mode for specific number of hours, 1, 2, 3, or 4. So it will basically turn off always on display, touch screen to wake, raise wrist to wake, system sounds, alarm sounds, and timer sounds. Now you can also turn this mode on from the quick settings panel by going in the modes and turning on the theater mode from here. In settings, if you go in sounds and vibration, you can change the vibration time and type. So you can go from short to long, and then you can also increase the intensity from light to strong. This watch also comes with great notification settings and controls. So if you go in settings and then go in notifications, you can first set phone notifications on watch. So if you go in here, you will get two options: smart device selection and always show on both. So if you select smart device selection, what will happen is if you are using the phone actively and your phone's screen is on, you will not get those notifications on the watch. You'll only get them on the phone. But if you select always show on both, all the notifications that you're getting on your phone, whether the phone screen is on or off, you're using it or not, you will receive the notifications both on the phone and the watch. Then there are some advanced settings here. So if you go in here, you can also turn on an indicator on the watch face for the new notifications, so you'll know that you have a new notification from the watch face. You can turn on read notifications aloud. You can also turn on to show details automatically when checking notifications after an alert. Then there is an option to turn on the screen when notifications are received. So every time you'll receive a notification, the screen will turn on, and auto turn on watch notifications for new phone apps. So any new app that you download on your phone, the notifications will be on for that app automatically on the watch. And the last notification setting, which I personally find really helpful, is help with notifications. So if you go in here, it takes you to the phone app, and here you can see if you're having any trouble with any specific notifications, and you can tap on this button here and it will tell you why you're having trouble with getting notifications for that particular app. For example, if I go in the Zap app, it tells me to check for block notifications, meaning I have not turned on notifications for the Zap app to be shown on Galaxy Watch. In the display settings, you'll find some really crucial settings. So first of all, you can turn on the always on display from here. Then there are some screen wake up gestures. So first of all is raise wrist to wake. So if you turn this on, you can raise the wrist to wake the watch. Next is touch screen to wake. So if the screen is turned on, you can tap on it to turn it on. Then we have turn bezel to wake. So if the screen is off, you can turn the bezel to turn on the screen as well, which is my personal favorite. I really enjoy doing that. And then there is the screen timeout settings, which you can change from 15 seconds all the way up to 1 minute. In show last app, you can select the duration of time during which, if you turn the screen back on, you will be shown the last app that you were using. So for example, I am using the settings app right now, and if I turn the display off, if I turn it back on within 20 seconds, I will see this settings app again. So that time duration you can select here, very useful. And then obviously you have the font style, which you can change. There are several default Samsung styles that you can select from. You can bold the font, change the font size if you want, and also change the touch sensitivity of the display. Another very important setting that you can turn on in winters if you're wearing gloves. And then the last one is show charging info. So if your watch is charging, it will show the charging information. In the battery settings, you will see the power saving option, and you will see how much time you will get if you turn on the power saving, and what will turn off and what will be limited. So you can see all of this, but there is one very crucial feature here, which is limit health features. So you can go in here, you can turn this on and off based on your preferences, but you can see here, if you turn this feature on, what will be limited when it comes to your health. So workout auto detection will be turned off, high and low heart rate alerts will be turned off, background heart rate, HRV, stress, skin temperature and blood oxygen measurements will be turned off, movement and respiration aren't measured during sleep, and your sleep score won't be calculated, but your bedtime and wake up time will still be recorded. Then you can also see the battery usage from here, so which apps are using the most battery and draining the life out of your watch. From here you can also see which apps are sleeping in the background. And the last feature that I want to talk about is auto power on. So if your watch is turned off and you put it on charging, the watch will turn on automatically. If you double press this home button, it takes you to your recent app. And this back button, if you press it once, it takes you one step back. Now you can also customize these buttons and what they do by going in settings, then go in buttons and gestures, and scroll down, you will find home button. So for home button, we have two options, double press and long press. In double press, by default, you will get go to most recent app, but you can change it to anything from these options. Then in the long press, you can select to activate either Bixby or now it's Gemini. So you can long press on it and that will activate Gemini. Or if you don't either of them, you can select to turn on the power off menu. So if we select this and long press, it will show us the power off menu. For the back button, you have two options for a short press. So you can either select it to go to the previous screen or show the recent apps. So if we select this and press this button, it will show us all the recent apps that we have been using. Next up we have health settings. So if you go in here, you will find some really crucial settings that you should set up. So first of all, we have notifications, so you can turn on notifications for steps, daily activities, sleep and achievements. Then we get to some serious stuff. First one is heart rate. You can set it to measure continuously or every 10 minutes or manual measurement. Then you can also set up heart rate alerts. High heart rate, you can select the value here at which you want to get the alert. Then you can also select the low heart rate from here, turn them both on. Moving on, we have stress. So once again, you can set it to measure continuously or manual measurement, and also toggle on high stress alert. In sleep settings, you can turn on blood oxygen measurement during sleep, snow detection, and skin temperature measurement during sleep. And you'll see all of these settings in the sleep dashboard on the Samsung Health app. Moving on, you can also turn on the AGE index from here and read more about it from here. The watch can also predict your period based on the skin temperature, so from here you can turn the setting on and off. Next we have auto detect workouts. So from here you can select different activities that the watch can detect automatically if you don't turn them on. So you can turn on things like walking, running, bike, elliptical trainer, rowing machine, pool swim, and dynamic workout, and also set the alerts that the watch is now tracking your activity. You can also turn on the inactive time alerts. You can select the time, the days during which, if the watch detects you have been inactive for over an hour, it will alert you, and it will show you some stretching exercises that you can follow along to get more active. And then finally, you can also share the data from the watch with other devices like exercise machines and third-party apps. If you go in settings and then go in security and privacy, scroll all the way down, you will find something called privacy dashboard. Go in here, and here you will find different permissions and the apps that are accessing those permissions. So for example, if you go in location, it is being accessed by the Google Digital Assistant, Google Play services, and then for example microphone, it is being accessed by the Google Digital Assistant. Now important thing here is that you can also revoke these permissions by typing on them and selecting don't allow. Now you'll find similar settings in permission manager, so you can go in here and see which apps have what permissions and what are they accessing, and you can go in here and revoke that access if you want. If you want to get alerted as soon as your watch is disconnected from your phone, you can do that as well. And for that, you need to go in settings and then go in advanced features and then go in disconnection alerts. Now here you get three options: none, sound and vibration, and a full screen alert with sound and vibration. And then you can also try finding your phone with Samsung Find through the watch, which is pretty cool. Now another setting here is you can set up don't get alerts at home, so the watch will know your location, and if you're at home you will not get disconnection alerts. So I think that is really useful. In the advanced features, you can also turn on the water lock mode. So if you go in here, you can see that it will turn off touchscreen to prevent any accidental actions. So if you turn this on, the touchscreen will become unresponsive. And then you can turn this off by long pressing this home button here. So it will turn off the water lock mode, and to eject the water, it will play sound through the speaker, and it will also tell you to shake the watch to remove the water properly. You can also turn this on by going in the quick settings panel and tapping on this icon. When you have a specific mode turned on the watch, you get these status indicators at the top. Now you can also turn these on or off by going in advanced features and then go in status indicators and selecting show always or hide after 2 seconds. Galaxy Watch Classic comes with 2 GB of RAM, and normally it is very fast and works very smoothly. You will rarely ever see it becoming slow, but in case if it becomes slow or you have a lot of apps downloaded on the watch and you're using them, you can take care of that as well. So go in settings and then go in device care, and here go in memory. Now from memory, you will see how much is being used and how much is available, but you can simply tap on this clean now button and it will remove all the recent apps from memory to clean up space and can improve the functionality of the watch. Did you know that Samsung has doubled the storage on Galaxy Watch 8 Classic from 32 gigs to 64 gigs? So we have a ton of storage on this watch. And what are you going to use this storage for? I use it for downloading tracks offline on the watch, and you can do that from the Samsung Galaxy Wear app on your phone. So go in the Galaxy Wear app, then go in watch settings, scroll down, and you will find this option manage content. Now here you will see that you can transfer music, and images from your phone to your watch. Now if you tap on tracks on watch and press on this plus button, you can go in your phone library and then transfer tracks from your phone to the watch. Another thing you can do here is you can sync specific playlists from your phone with your watch. So if you select this, you can then select specific playlists on your phone, and as you continue to add more music in that playlist, it will automatically be synced and transferred to the watch as well. And it's the same with images. You can transfer images from your phone to your watch, and you can sync specific albums on your phone with your watch as well. So any photos that you'll add to that album will automatically sync and transfer to the watch. You can also select specific stories or the latest stories on your phone to sync with the watch. These things you will find in the gallery app on the watch. So go in gallery, here you will see the pictures, you'll see the albums, and you'll see the stories right here. Samsung has also made it really easy to transfer your watch from one phone to another as long as you're using the same Samsung and Google account on the watch and the phone. So this setting you'll find in settings, then go in general, scroll all the way down, and you will find this option, transfer watch to new phone. Go in here and you can read all about it. So the Google account on the watch and the new phone must match. If you're signed in to a Samsung account on the new phone, that account will be used on the watch as well. And then you'll be able to transfer the watch to the new phone without resetting the watch. So all your data and all your watch faces and apps and everything will stay the same on the watch. You don't need to reset it, and you can transfer it to the new phone. Nowbar has also made its way to Samsung Galaxy Watch 8 Classic. So here, if you have multiple activities going on in the background on your watch, you can see them in Nowbar, and if you tap on it, it will expand on them and you can go in any app and manage it. Now you can set up this Nowbar by going in settings, then go in advanced features, and then find Nowbar style. Go in here. Now it gives you two options for all the apps that support Nowbar. You have the option to set up icon with text or icon only. So for example, if I select icon only for the media controller and go back, for the media controller, there will be an icon only in place of the Nowbar, and if I tap on it, it functions in the same way as a regular Nowbar. It just gives you more control over how you want the Nowbar to appear for different apps. If you scroll a little down, you will find Nowbar option for media controls. So you can turn on show on Nowbar when media is playing on the phone. So as soon as you play some media on the phone, Nowbar will pop up on your watch and you can control that media from the Nowbar on your watch as well. Another feature that Samsung has really improved upon is the double pinch gesture. So now with the double pinch gesture, you can actually control what is happening on your watch. So if you have a Nowbar on the watch face, you can double pinch to expand that Nowbar. If the Nowbar is not there, you can actually select and scroll through your notifications or your tiles. And you can set this up by going in settings, and then go in buttons and gestures, scroll down to find double pinch gesture, turn it on and go in here, and here you can go in watch face. Now the primary function on the watch face is expanding the Nowbar, but if the Nowbar is not active on the watch face, you can set up a secondary action, which is to scroll through your notifications or your tiles. If you scroll down, you will see options for other apps like music and media control, where you can select to play pause or go next. In your alarms, you can select to dismiss or snooze, calendar alerts, dismiss or snooze, and then reminder alerts, complete or dismiss. You can also pinch twice to answer calls, dismiss alerts, scroll through your notifications, play or pause music, or take pictures as well. And the double pinch icon will appear in places where you can use this gesture. So the watch actually tells you where the double pinch gesture is applicable, and you will see this small gesture, and then that means you can use the double pinch gesture in that place to control that feature. In the app drawer, you will find a fantastic new addition, Gemini. So Gemini is available. You can tap on it to activate it, and then you can ask it and use it just like you use Gemini on your phone. This is a fantastic addition to this watch. You can also activate it by long pressing this home button at the top, and that will activate Gemini. You can set this shortcut by going in settings, then go in buttons and gestures, then go in long press home button, and from here you can select digital assistant. Just like on your Galaxy phone, you can now also protect your battery on the Galaxy watch. So go in settings, then go in battery, and here scroll down until you find battery protection. Now here you can read about it. It stops charging when the battery level reaches 90% and starts charging again when it drops down to 85%. This protects your battery if your watch is on charge for longer periods of time, so it will only charge it up to 90% and then will stop charging and will start recharging when the battery drops down to 85%. Samsung has borrowed this quick action button from Galaxy Watch Ultra and has added it on Galaxy Watch 8 Classic. And it also works in the same way. There are shortcuts that you can assign to it, and you can do that by going in settings, go in buttons and gestures, and here you will see quick button and its actions and how you can start those actions. Now in actions, what's new is they have added 2 more features that you can launch with this quick button. You could already do stopwatch, flashlight and water lock with it, but now you can also launch camera controller and voice recorder, or you can select none. Second option is how you can start this action. So you can assign it to a short press or a double press. Right now it's assigned to double press, and if I double press, it will open my exercises. Earlier this year, mood check-in and breathing exercises were introduced in the Samsung Health app, but they were missing from the Galaxy Watches. Well, not anymore. In One UI Watch 8, Samsung has introduced this mood check-in and breathing exercise feature on the Galaxy Watch. So if you go in Samsung Health, scroll down, you will find mindfulness feature where you can do the mood check-in and then also do breathing exercises. So you can go in mood check-in, you can check in your mood, however you are feeling like, explain your emotions, and go through the whole process. And then there is also an option within this feature to start a breathing exercise. So you can go in here, select your type, and then start that exercise on the watch. You don't need to do this on the phone anymore. There are accompanying widgets available for this as well, so you can have them in tiles and very quickly do the mood check-in or start your breathing exercises. You can also measure your antioxidant levels on Galaxy Watch 8 Classic. So go in Samsung Health and find this feature, antioxidant level. Go in here, and from here you can tap on measure, and then all you have to do is press your thumb across the sensor at the back and it will start to measure your antioxidant levels. Alright, so I'm not doing great on that. That means I need to improve. Galaxy Watch 8 Classic can also measure your vascular load. So for that, you need to go in Samsung Health and find vascular load option. And then go in here. You'll first need to set it up. And after you set it up, it basically needs 3 nights of sleep data to assess your baseline vascular load, and from there on it starts measuring your vascular load on routine basis. In Samsung Health app, new running coach feature is also available, which you can set up, and once you set it up, you will actually have to do a 12-minute run and the watch will assess your level, and following that it will start giving you guidance and motivation to run faster and farther while having more fun. So this is something that you can do. I haven't yet started it, but if you're into this, you can definitely go through this. It will take you through these levels, and each level is more vigorous than the previous one. So it will take you from beginner to pro through this running coach exercise. New bedtime guidance feature is also available on the Samsung Galaxy Watch 8 Classic. So for that, you first need to go into the Samsung Health app on your phone, then go in sleep, then go in this 3-dot menu, and here you will find bedtime guidance, and here you will see that it actually needs to record 3 nights of sleep data before it can start giving you bedtime guidance. And here you can also set up your wake up time and turn on bedtime notifications, following which bedtime guidance will start and it will prompt you when it is the best time for you to go to sleep. If you go into the tile section, you will see that tiles now have these stacked widgets. So each tile can have multiple widgets of different types, and here you can see that they're stacked on top of each other and you can scroll them. Now you can still add more widgets by tapping on the plus button, and then you can select from the list of widgets. Another thing you will notice here is that each widget comes in 2 sizes. There is a smaller size and then there is a larger size. So you can have a widget with less information, or if you want, you can select the one with more information as well. In the app drawer, you now get this section at the top that features most used apps, so you can access your most used apps very quickly. And if you continue to scroll down, you will now get this option set view. Tap on it and you will get an option to change the app view from grid to list. There is also an option to turn on the most used app section from the top. So if we turn this off, go back, you will now get list view and there is no used app section at the top. If you go in settings and then go in modes and routines, you'll see that we have two modes here, sleep and theater mode. Now there is also an option to sync modes with phone. If you turn this on, you'll see that now we'll have a lot more modes on the watch. This is because now the modes between your phone and the watch have synced up. So all the modes that are available on your phone are now also available on the watch. And if you turn them on the watch, they will turn them on the phone as well, and vice versa. Now what I'll be focusing on here is the sleep mode. So if you go in here, you can turn it on from here. You can turn it on manually or you can schedule it. You can also see what it will do. But there's an option here, set on phone. So you can tap on that. And now let's take a look at the settings of the sleep mode on the phone. Now on the phone, you can see that you can turn it on from here. You can schedule it. You can also turn on the do not disturb mode when you turn on the sleep mode. Then there are some other actions that you can set. So for example, you can turn on the dark mode. You can turn on the always on display on Galaxy Watch. You can also turn off raise wrist to wake, touch screen to wake, and sound mode, which will be converted to mute. And then there are some other actions that you can add. Now here you have to keep in mind that these actions are combined for phone and watch. So when it applies to watch, it actually mentions Galaxy Watch. When it applies to phone, it does not mention anything, and that by default means that it's about the phone. There's a very cool setting here that many people don't know about, which is the appearance. So here you can change the appearance of the lock screen of your phone, home screen of your phone, and you can also change the watch face on your watch. So when the sleep mode turns on, you can actually select what watch face is set up on the watch, which is really cool. So all the watch faces that you've downloaded on the watch will be available here and you can select them. So right now I have selected this watch face, which is dynamic digits. So as soon as the sleep mode turns on, my watch face will change from whatever watch face I have currently to this one. So let's try this out. So right now I have this watch face. It's the same watch face but different theme. Now if I turn on the sleep mode on my phone, you will see that the watch face has turned green on my watch. Moving on, if you go in the device care in the settings on your Galaxy Watch 8, you'll see battery settings, storage, and memory. Now there is a hidden setting here that is not available on the watch but is available on the Galaxy Wear app on your phone. So let's take a look at that setting. Now if you go into the Galaxy Wear app on your phone, then go in watch settings and then go in device care, here you will see this additional option, diagnostics. If you'll tap on it, it will take you to the Samsung members app. But here you can go in Galaxy Watch 8 Classic and you can actually test all the different sensors and features of the watch. So for example, you can tap on this battery status and it will check the battery status of the watch for you and will come back to you and tell you if your battery status is normal. So there's a lot of hardware that you can test in the diagnostics section to make sure that your watch is working properly. You can also set up several default apps on this watch. So for that you need to go in settings, then go in apps, and here go in choose default apps. From here you can set up your default digital assistant, home app, phone app. You can also set up your messages app, whether you want Google Messages or Samsung Messages, and then you can also set up wallet app, whether you want Samsung Wallet or Google Wallet. If you have a message on the watch and you are using the Samsung keyboard to respond to that message, there's a very cool hidden feature here. Just long press the home button and start talking and the keyboard will transcribe your speech into text. So let's see how this works. This is a test. And then you can send this message. This is a very quick way to dictate your messages and send them away. Did you know that you can reverse the orientation of the display on this watch? For that, you need to go in settings, go in general, and scroll all the way down until you find orientation. Go in here, and here you will see the wrist. So by default, it's set to left. and button position is right. So this is how you wear it, right? But you might want to wear this watch on your right wrist with the buttons on the outside like this. So you can do that by selecting this left orientation, which will reverse the display orientation, and now you can wear the watch on your right wrist with buttons still on the outside. If you go into the music player and you start listening to a track, did you know that you can long press on the forward or back button to fast forward the track? So if I long press on it, it will fast forward the track. Same works for the back button. And if you press once, that will just skip the track. If you go into the voice recorder app and then tap on this button, it will turn on the speech to text feature. So what this will do is that not only will it record the audio, but will also transcribe it. So let's try this out. Now I'll be speaking and we'll see how this transcribes it. If we go back in here, so there you go, it has been transcribed really well. And obviously you can play and listen to your recording as well. There are some controls here where you can mute it, you can change the speed, go forward and go back. And your recordings on the watch will also sync up perfectly on your phone. So you can access them in the recorder app on your phone. Now if we go in the Play Store on this watch and scroll all the way down, we'll find some settings options. So in the settings, here you will see some really important stuff. So the first one is the automatic app install. So this will install apps on your phone if the watch app requires it. So if you install an app on the watch, but it requires an accompanying app on the phone, that will automatically be downloaded on your phone. You don't have to download it separately. Next one is auto update apps. So this will just automatically update apps on your watch as long as it is connected to Wi-Fi and is charging. And then this one is always set watch faces. So if you download new watch faces, they will automatically be set as your default watch face. If you go into the Google Messages app on this watch and then go in any conversation, you can tap on this mic button and then it will give you two options, voice message and voice to text. So you can actually record voice messages on the watch and send them in the Google Messages app. So now I can send it. And once the message is sent, you can also listen back to it. If you press the home and back button together, you can take a screenshot on this watch, and these screenshots will be saved in the gallery app on the watch and will also sync with your phone. If you select this watch face right here, you can turn on the low light mode here by going in customization and then scroll to the left and go in low light mode. And scroll down, and now we have this green low light mode. And if you go back, this is the new low light mode available for watch faces on this watch. If you receive a text on this watch, you can respond to those messages through AI replies, and AI replies are generated based on the context of the message. So if you have a message here, you can scroll down and you will see that AI is now generating replies for this message. And what's cool is, if you don't like it, you can tap on this AI button and it will regenerate messages, and you can keep doing this until unless you find a suitable reply that you can send. You can turn this feature on by going in settings on your phone, then go in Galaxy AI, then go in Writing Assist, scroll down and you will find suggested replies. Go in here and turn this on. Once you've done this, it will work seamlessly on your watch. You can not only control the camera on your phone through this watch, you can also turn it on. So if you go in the app drawer, look for the camera icon, tap on it, and this will launch the camera on your phone as well. And here you can switch between video and photo. Another cool feature here is that if you're taking a video, you can pause it, stop it, and also capture photos while you're shooting the video. And on your phone, if you are on portrait photo, it will show portrait photo on the watch as well. From the top, you can also turn on or off the timer. This watch can not only detect your snoring, it can also record it. So for that, you need to go into the Samsung Health app and then go down in sleep, go in advanced, and this will take you on your phone. On your phone, you will see this option, snore detection. You can turn it on, but then you can also go in it. Here you will find several different options. So you have the option to detect your snoring always or just once, but below that you will see the record audio toggle. Turn it on if you want to record your audio, and then select the days for which you want to keep that audio. Once you've done that, you will be able to find your snoring right in the snoring section. So right now I don't have any snoring recording, but if you have it, it will appear right here and you can listen to yourself snoring at night as well. If you go in settings and then go in security and privacy, you will see that there's an option to lock your watch. Now you can go in here, you can select pattern, pin or none. So let's select pin here. So now once I have set up the pin, if I take off my watch, it should lock itself and I should not be able to do anything on this watch. Galaxy Watch Edge Classic also allows you to send emergency SOS by pressing this home button 5 times. So if I press this 5 times, it will call 911 and will also share this emergency with your emergency contacts. So you can set this up by going in settings, then go in safety and emergency, and here first you can set up your emergency contacts here, but then you can go in emergency SOS and turn on different settings here. So first one is require swipe to call. So this one is what you've just seen me do. It required me to swipe to make the final call. If you turn this off, the watch will just make the call. I have this turned on so that the watch does not make accidental calls to 911. Below that, there is an emergency number to call. By default, it's set to 911 and it should be set to emergency contact based on the country where you are located. And then the last thing here is that you can also turn on this setting to send SOS to emergency contacts as well. So it will text your location and an SOS message to your emergency contacts if you turn this feature on. And lastly, you can see that how to activate it, which I've just shown you. You have to press this button 5 times to send an emergency SOS. Below that, there is another very important feature here, which is hard fall detection. So if you go in here, you will see that this will allow the watch to detect any hard falls. And once again, you can turn this on. You can turn on the setting to require a swipe to make a call in case you don't want to make accidental calls. And then you can also turn on warning sound, test that sound, play sound on both watch and phone, emergency number to contact. And then an important setting here is when to detect falls. So you can select either always or only during workouts. If you go into the Galaxy Wear app on your phone and then go in watch settings and scroll down to find advanced features, go in here and here you will find this option which you will not see in the advanced features setting on your watch, and it is remote connection. So if you go in here, you can actually turn on to sync data between your phone and watch over Wi-Fi. So once this data is synced over Wi-Fi, which is done through Google Cloud Sync, you'll be able to send text messages using your phone's number even when the watch is not connected to your phone by Bluetooth. So it will work over Wi-Fi. And if you want, you can also turn on this feature, which will allow you to call on other devices using your watch. So that's about it from this video, guys. I hope this was useful for you. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.